So Linda's house and I was like, I don't want to see. Hi guys, my name is Hannah. Welcome back to my book channel. If you're new here, hi. For today's video, this is going to be a book review of The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapena. Anyway, I have just been watching Married at First Sight Australia from 2019 and we've only just caught up towards like the end and all the drama's happening. So I've been watching that for like 3 hours straight and I realised I need to film a booktube video and do a book review on this book, which is why we are in my living room today. Anyway, today's video is a book review of The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapena. I read this in like 72 hours, I think. I was trying to aim for 48 hours. There's a whole vlog on that, so I'll link that. Anyway, The Couple Next Door is a crime thriller, suspense thriller, missing person thriller. To see me talking to myself. But anyway, The Couple Next Door is obviously about a couple next door. So basically, a next door neighbour has a party and the next door neighbour in question, called Cynthia, she really doesn't like children. She hates them, in fact, and she said, well, I'd rather you not bring the baby next door, when they literally live next door. They check on the baby every half an hour or so. Throughout the evening they take it in turns and they have the baby monitor with them. However, the baby monitor that they have is broken. There's no video footage, and obviously like nowadays baby monitors are like really high tech. So we follow this couple and their race to get their baby back, and the main character, whose name I have forgotten for some reason, and the mother of the baby, she struggles with postpartum depression, and you follow how she's been dealing with that and the aftermath of things that happened in her childhood and how they affect her, and an incident that took place in her all girls school. So we follow the journey of the question, rather, of being what happened in Anne's childhood that made her the way she is, essentially. And she comes from a very wealthy family, hence why she's been able to afford to go to a private girls' school. And like I said, their baby is only like 6 months old, and her husband is called Marco, and Marco has never got on with Anne's parents, never been, basically Anne's parents hated Marco since the minute that they got together. Anne's father-in-law always had a mixed judgment about Marco, and it turns out to be that her stepfather was correct in some circumstances. So basically you follow the aftermath of when their baby has gone missing, and how fast and quick pace the case against the baby and the case is growing against the parents of the baby, whose name I for some reason have forgotten the baby's name. But anyway, the baby is obviously the first few hours that a baby goes missing, or the first like 12 hours, are the most vital hours that someone is missing. Like if you've not found them within 12 hours or so, likelihood is they probably aren't alive or aren't expected to be alive. And obviously she's a 6-month-old baby. They can't really do anything other than cry. So her next door neighbour is called Cynthia, and she's not a very nice person. She is always flirting with everyone else's husbands, and just basically she's just a flirt. And the fact that she doesn't even like babies to begin with, and then her and her husband have some weird fetish that they install like a hidden camera in their garden, so they saw who took the baby that night. And I think everyone knows that in the cases of things, the spouse or the partner or the people that live in the house are always the first suspects, so they're trying to figure out, was it did Marco take the baby? And Anne has, like I said, Anne suffers with postpartum depression, and I really liked that aspect of this story and how that topic essentially was, oh god, sun, please go back behind the clouds. Must be blinded for 5 minutes. The sun has gone behind the clouds now, I can actually see. So essentially the top 3 suspects so far are Anne, Marco and Cynthia, the one next door, because she just didn't like babies, and it was a bit rude, like how rude to be like, no, you literally live next door but please don't bring your baby. And that night in question, Anne actually said that she wanted to stay at home. She didn't really like get on with Cynthia that well, and she just didn't have a good feeling about leaving the baby by herself, even though they had the monitor, and they literally made sure they went back every half an hour. So the police immediately go into suspecting Marco and Anne has this disorder which makes her literally forget moments of time. It's called like dissociation. I can't pronounce that word, but it's like dissociative disorder. Like you forget like chunks of time and you cannot remember what happened. And so in Anne's mind, she thinks, oh god, did I do something to my child and forget that I harmed my baby, or I accidentally, like I went to check on her and she wasn't breathing, and then panic and somehow phone someone to get rid of the baby. That's what in her mind she thinks. I've lost like a chunk of time. She has no idea what has happened from certain things, and this links back to her childhood when in her all-girls school this exact thing happened, and she ends up like hitting some girl into like a broken wall, and she gets taken away by an ambulance, and that's when her mum can pay like anyone off because her parents are worth like 15 million or something ridiculous. So I love the topics in this book because not a lot of, like, I've read quite a few thrillers, but not a lot of them have mentioned like topics that are more talked about nowadays, like postpartum depression and how the character copes with it and deals with it and stuff. I found that really interesting to read, and how that the combination of her antidepressants being like 50 milligram, which is a relatively like high dose of the serotonin, and she'd had a few glasses of wine, and then she tends to have like lapses of time where she's like, I don't really know what happened, like I had a few drinks, I had water in between, but she feels like she must have done something to her baby, and she didn't. The entire time she did nothing wrong. And I really love the pace of this book, and it's told in first person, so it's told in you get Anne's perspective, and then you get Anne's perspective, Marco's perspective, and the, what is his name, the investigator. It's like told in so many perspectives, but it's not confusing. And then literally right towards the end you got Anne's mother's perspective, and that was a twist that I genuinely wasn't expecting, because I've been so used to reading Anne's perspective, Marco's perspective, and the investigator's perspective, and then like sometimes it would throw in like Cynthia's opinion of them, like next door and stuff. I can't edit the sun, so maybe it'll make my makeup look nice. Wow, I'm now blinded. So let's wait for the sun to go behind the. Wow, I feel like I'm blinded. Anyway, the plot twist in this, I didn't guess it, and I feel like that excites me when I read a thriller, that I don't guess the plot twist right before the end or like a quarter of the way through, because I think it's really hard to surprise me with thriller books because sometimes they can become really, really obvious. But this one, I wasn't expecting it like at all, and I was like, wow, that twist truly did get me, and I simply couldn't put it down. So I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I would recommend it. It's so quick and fast paced, and there's topics that you might not have really thought to be in like a thriller book. But the twist, again, I'm not going to give away the twist that happens at the end, but essentially, like, all these people, like all their family, like Anne's parents, their fortune of being like 15 million, like essentially people are going to use people to try and get Anne's parents money, and it's how Anne's parents felt Marco was using Anne to gain access to their funds. Little did she know that Marco had already borrowed money from her parents to start his own business, and he lied to her about it, and he lied about remortgaging their house. He just didn't tell Anne anything, and Anne thinks that she's having an affair with Cynthia, the woman next door, and you're left wondering, well, is he having an affair with Cynthia, or is someone else maybe having an affair with Cynthia, or is Cynthia just trying to edge her way into helping solve the crime, or did she take the baby? You're kind of left guessing, well, who took the baby? Is the baby still alive? And obviously this book takes place all in a week, so yeah, I would highly recommend reading if you're up for a thriller that you cannot put down. But yeah, that's my book review of The Couple Next Door. So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in my next one. And oh my god, the sunshine is blinding me. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I shall see you guys soon. Bye.